Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Good morning, everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hey, good morning. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. What? Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'm making a lot of friends now. I'm becoming popular. Or Krishna is. Oh, I'm chanting his name, It's starting to warm up to Krishna's name, Even the beautiful women, beautiful women give me hugs. Did you see that one last night? Oh my God. Beautiful lady. My God. This it came big hug. Can't believe it, man. See, when you're with Krishna, you're with Krishna, you get all the best. I'm amazed. You serve the one, the big one, and then who's meant to connect, they just come, out of nowhere. It's amazing. Anyone he wants to make a connection as comes. It's amazing. I'm just Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Yeah, Krishna. Oh my Lord. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh my Lord, Hare Krishna. Oh God, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, Krishna. I can't wait to go back on Sankirtan, man. I like making new friends. It's great, man. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, my Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. He's the heart of Jesus. Isn't he? He must be. Hare Krishna, tender-hearted love for the world. God so loved the world. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, my Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Hare. Oh, my God. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. It's a great cure for COVID. Can't stay in your body, man. And the Lord blows it out. Hare Krishna. I haven't had a cold since I started chanting. Hare Krishna. No need. Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, 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 Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. What a privilege it is to love who these beautiful beings loved. You know, Haridas, Srivas, Gadadhar, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Oh my Lord, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. How can I give this up every day? It's just a present. It's like Christmas every day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. This is how you transact business with Krishna. You chant his name. See, now you're doing money exchange. Hare Krishna, becoming more wealthy by this investment. Topmost of investment. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Another hat I have to wear. I have to be a medicine man. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Lord Chaitanya in Five Features, Chapter 7 of Adi Lila. Let me first offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. who is the ultimate goal of life for one bereft of all possessions in the material world, and is the only meaning for one advancing in spiritual life. Thus, this, thus, uh, thus, let me write about his magnanimous contribution of devotional service in love of God. I like the ring to that. Devotional service, just any kind of devotional service in rules and regulations and mandate. No, in love of God. In love of God. Mm. So that's the kind of devotional, isn't it? Isn't that what we're doing? Devotional service in love for God, love of God. You know, so nice, sexy, transcendentally. You know, we made Krishna sexy yesterday, just going to chant his name. It's a 68-year-old guy, you know, walking around making Krishna look sexy. Attractive. See, sexy is attractive, right? Yeah. Everybody's attracted to sex. That's why it makes the world go around. This is why everybody comes to places like this to look sexy, you know, attract people and to be adored, you know. It's like, isn't that everybody's trying to be God, trying to imitate, but it's the Lord that's the most attractive. You know, I was just thinking how fortunate. I was thinking, Lord, why me? Why me? Why do you give me this attraction to you? Yeah. Why? Why me? And the Lord said, why not? I'll give it to everybody if I can, if they'll take it. Yeah, it's saving grace, man. See, the magnanimous contribution of Lord Chaitanya was devotional service in love of God. Isn't that amazing? That's pretty magnanimous. You know? Can you imagine we got the great privilege to distribute devotional service also in love of God? Isn't that what we're doing? Isn't that our MO here? Mode of operandi? We're doing like he did. We're like, that's a real servant to to uh, to do what your master has done. Yeah. What did Jesus do? He distributed the Holy Spirit. What did his real followers do? They distributed the Holy Spirit, right? Otherwise, you're not a real follower if you don't follow in the footsteps of the Lord, or you're not empowered to do so, because you can't just do it. This is transcendental business, man. Transcendental transactions. You give me your attention, and I'll give you the Holy Spirit. I'll give you the devotional Bhakti Lata Bish. You have to be empowered to do that. Not just anybody. Yeah. Yeah. Magnanimous contribution. See, the Lord did it in a very magnanimous. Who else can do that? It shows you we're on the same page and we're doing what he did. Giving the most magnanimous contribution is to give people the inclination to worship God in this devotional spirit, this ecstatic, intimate devotional spirit is the most magnanimous contribution in this world. Yeah. You feel it too. It's like, you know, you start giving this out on Sankirtan, especially boldly, you know, when you really, I notice really getting into it, you know, just like I'm making it as real as anything else in this world is. I'm like going out there and just, I'm chanting like, hey man, Krishna belongs here, Do you do that, or how do you go out there, uh, kind of tiptoeing in the tulips? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hey man, can you imagine just going out there with gusto, full focus, man, full absorption, just like yeah, and people start to pick up. It's like, wow, I guess he belongs here. He's so into the world like we are, but not. Yeah, yeah. So he's so into what he's doing. It must belong here. Yeah, you got to really see. That's really you got to really get him. Like Krishna belongs here. You must accept. You must comply to the order of Lord Chaitanya. Chant the holy name. Mm. See, let me offer my. See, everything here is so supreme and sublime and perfect. And the most wonderful thing, listen to this one. Listen to this one. Hey, you, listen to this one, Lalita. let me let me offer glorification to the Supreme Lord Chaitanya. One who has taken shelter of his lotus feet is most glorified person. Wow. Now everybody's a wannabe in this world, right? They want to be guru. They want to be glorified. They want to be go to the beauty parlor so they can be all dolled up and be glorified. And oh, what a beautiful woman you are. What a beautiful man you are. They want to go to the gym. Okay? But they're not the most glorified persons. One who has taken shelter. That's why, the best capitalist in that Maram verse that Lord Chaitanya spoke, he said, the supreme capitalist is a devotee. See, they capitalize on the most valuable store of wealth, see, which is devotional service and love of God. See, they're the best capitalists. You didn't know I was a capitalist, did you? I'm always transacting business here. Yeah. When somebody yesterday made the comment, this guy is always preaching. I know I'm busy doing business, man, transacting business, man, because I'm making lots of wealth, you know, out there chanting the name, tasting, practicing chanting, attentive chanting, how to do it in such a way I don't lose attention so I can taste the full flavor of the name. Hey, yeah, I like money. I like wealth. This is my money. This is my honey. See, most glorified person. We're coming here. Hey, world, you want to become the most glorified person? Come to my Lord, man. The door is open, man. I'm here. Look at it. You guys, those who get wind of this, they're going, oh, man, go hard. You're a Paramahamsa, blah, 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 blah. All that stuff, all that, blah, all that's all because I've taken, see, it really works. I just take shelter of the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and you become the most glorified person. And you can take it without falling down, I just marvel at this, just like the devotees did. They did the same thing I'm doing. We're all on the same page. 550 years ago or now, what's the difference? We always do the same thing. We take shelter, Lord, we know. And they were commenting. They said, well, we just take shelter of Lord Chaitanya and we follow him around. Like we follow him. Aren't we following the Lord around here by mantra, chanting sadhu sangha? We just take shelter. And all of a sudden, people give us so much respect. Just by taking shelter. Why not? Because the Lord, it's all his, everything auspicious comes from the transcendental potency of the Lord. And he's that. See? And we're taking shelter of that and actually able to taste that potency. How can you not get the benedictions that the Lord is himself is the benediction? Just dipping into this eternal bliss of God, in this shelter. This is the shelter, man, is his attraction to his lotus feet, man. Attraction to speaking about this most thing. Take these verses, man, and make them a song. to attract the hearts of others, to also taking shelter and become the most glorified person in the right way. Not the other way is that doesn't work. Look at it. These guys are just they, at the end of their life, all they got developed was a bunch of pride, misconceptions. They never even understood the Bhagavatam. Look at this. I've taken shelter of Lord Chaitanya's feet, and I understand the heart of the Bhagavatam, and prove it every day, right? The heart of the Bhagavatam is to chant the holy names of great bliss and ecstasy. That's the whole purpose of the Bhagavatam and all these things, is to relish intimate with God. In this form is Radha and Krishna. Loving affairs, right? It's all about loving affairs. Yeah, an affair. Yeah, that's our affair, man. That's our affair. Business affairs. This is our business affairs, man. To have loving affairs with the Lord. Okay? I just love that, man. Those who take shelter. See, that's why if you're a real capitalist or you're really listening what I'm saying here, really attentively, clarifying this most important verse, those who take shelter of Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet are the most glorious persons, and becomes demonstrated even in this world. Okay? So the question should be, wow, is that great? Okay, well, how do I do that? Good question. I'm glad you asked. I was waiting for somebody to ask that question. How do I do that? Well, I tried, I went to ISKCON and I went to Gaudiya Smiti, and I guess I'm getting the shelter. Maybe I don't feel exactly like I'm there. I would never say I'm a son of God, or an acharya, or a spiritual master, because I'm telling you, if you've really taken shelter, Lord Chaitanya, he needs people like you to be spiritual master. He really does. The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. He needs you. Uncle Sam needs you. So how do you do that? Because it didn't work. Taking the look at those poor Ritviks. They don't sure look they got the real shelter, do they? Those living gurus don't look like they got the real shelter either, right? Their followers don't look like they got it either. So the question, the $64,000 question is, how do I get that shelter and become the most glorious person? Because I've always done it the wrong way. By hook or crook, I became guru. Didn't work. I know in my own heart I'm not really a glorious person. Only the fools think I am. How do I take to? Well, I'm glad you asked the question, because now you get the real answer. Come here, because it's all multi-level marketing. Those who are rich in the wealth of this shelter of Lord Chaitanya. And they got to prove, you got to see this person has got the real shelter. They really got it, man. Just come under the shelter where the shelter is. This is the shelter of those who take shelter of Lord Chaitanya. That's the disciplic line all the way back to the real shelter, man. You got to get to the branch, all the greens coming through. The green, green is money, right? You got to get the green. Okay? Here's the green. Green's here, man. See, this is a real wealth. Look what people are doing with their money. They want to be the most glorious person, right? They want to be the Trumps and the Bidens, and they want to be the politicians. They want to be glorified. They want to be important persons. See? So they go after the grain to do it. See? That's not the real green, man. This is the green. This is the branch on the disciplic succession of those who have the shelter of Lord Chaitanya. See? Look at that. Lalita Ganga's got the shelter, man. You go to her. Yeah? Whoever else who is ecstatic and faithful, and catch the flip-floppers on the good day. They also have the shelter, but sometimes they flip-flop here and there. I wonder why that went off. Oh, this is okay. So they, yeah, even if you just catch the flip floppers on a good day when they're not purifying. After a while, they stay steady. No more flip flopping. Just every day is a good day for them. That's when you know you really got it right. And then every day is a transcendental day. Every day is a blissful day. No downsides much. No depressions. No doubts. Like, am I on the right path? Is Gohari a real guru? Yeah, it's all yeah. So yeah, isn't it most glorious? So that's the way to see that inside. There's this desire to be, glorified, to be, because that's the imitation. So the right way to do that, and it's like you're not even after that. You get such a taste for glorifying the Supreme Lord and His truths. People just glorify it, but you're not thinking about that. No. I just want to glorify the Lord, because He is He's your beloved, man. You know, so and then that comes automatically. Seek the kingdom of God, and all else is added. See, so this kingdom, like here, will be forever. See, the devotees will always be glorified. When you become a real devotee and you go in the door and become in the right way, then the Lord glorify you. Your fame will last forever. The devotees' fame lasts forever. These other guys, they come and go. It's like a marriage, it's because it's mundane. Your marriage lasts for the lifetime at best. If not, it's a lot of times doesn't even last that long. These gurus a lot of times have not even lasted that long. See? You can even feel it here. You think this is going to stop, that Gaur Hari Das is going to sometime just be some schmuck on the street? No, as long as I have the shelter of the Lord, why not, man? I just stay under the shelter. That's the secret. Yeah? And everything will be well forever. What do you think Narada Muni? He just stays under the shelter of the Lord's lotus feet. His attraction to glorifying the Lord, and all is well. And why would you leave it when you got the best? Who wants to leave the best happiness? Right? Who wouldn't want to live the best happiness? Isn't that a great verse? Those who take shelter of the Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet are most glorified. See, most of all the beings, more than Trump, believe it or not, more than Biden, more than Trump, because their fame is just temporary. It's all built on business and money and maybe votes and all that. Same thing with gurus. If you're a voted in guru, you know, it'll only last as long as the voters are around. Okay? The Lord votes the guru in, the real guru. The Lord votes you in, man. And He always will be around, right? So you got the best voter. And then the disciples who also get, they become witnesses and they say, yeah, we vote him in too. We keep him, we give him titles and all that stuff. Great verse, man. Lovely verse. In the beginning, I have discussed the truth about the spiritual master. Uh-huh. Now, I shall explain the Panchatattva. So that answered the question. See, it's a spiritual master that gets you into the shelter. You ever go, say you're a homeless person, you want to get in the shelter and get out of the elements, it's cold and all that. So you go to a shelter, right? Somebody meets you there at the door and then interviews you. Oh, you want this shelter here? Well, you got to go to church. You ever go to these Salvation Army things? I did. They go, Oh, well, you got to attend the program and you got to go to church. You got to go to sadhu sangha. What's the difference here? You come, anybody coming here and they say, well, I want to go into the shelter. Well, you got to change. You got to go to church every day. Not every day, regularly. Make it easy for them. There. If you're going to stay in their shelter every day, you got to go listen to a sermon, some hell and fire brimstone sermon. Here, well, there's some of that. It's a little hell and brimstone. The fire just burns up in you. All the hell burns up in you. Turns into heavenly, doesn't it? Yeah. So you're greeted at the door here. Yeah. Come into sadhu sangha, man. You got if you as long as you come regularly to church. See, church is a meeting. Why wouldn't people want to go to church personally? Why wouldn't you want to go every day? Why wouldn't you want to feel the shelter from Maya? Why do you want to go in Maya and feel the hot fire and brimstone of illusion? I like being under the shelter, don't you? Isn't it nice to feel the shelter is this love affair, this in love of God, worshiping in love of God, devotional service, serving the Lord with ecstatic devotion. Yeah, that's the only real thing in the world. Why don't people want to do reality? Why? Because they don't know it. They don't know what is real. They think what is unreal is real. See, we solve that problem. This is the only way to solve it. It's come get real knowledge. You know how people are being controlled by this Maya? I was thinking about this practically. People are controlled by the Maya and they say, oh, it's they that are doing it. It's they that are doing it. It's them. Everyone. They. Well, who are they? They is the Lord's illusory energy, man. It's his potency. It's him in this form. He's, you want to get out of him? Out of him is his Maya. You're in that trap here. You're trapped by all the modes of nature. You got to go through the door to get out. You got to go to those who have the shelter, the transcendental potency, right? Doesn't that sound logical? Just pretty simple. You're trapped. Everybody, David Icke is trapped. He can't get out. They think they can get out. That's all. It's just that they're still in their mind, in their thought. They sort of get an idea that they're being screwed by Maya. That's something good. You're learning. You're getting screwed by Maya. And you're still getting screwed by Maya. You're getting screwed by the demigods. The demigods are speculating. Okay? Everything's screwy and being screwed in this world. Yeah. So people are trying to get out of this matrix here in this world. It's like a matrix. It's very difficult to overcome. Why? Because we have the knowledge to get out. Bhagavad Gita teaches this divine energy of mine is supreme. It's very difficult to overcome. Why? Because it's the Lord. Who are we? I don't care. People are, I'm the unlimited. You're not the unlimited nothing. God is the unlimited one. And we're devotees. You want out? You have to learn what it is to be a devotee, not to be God. If you don't get out, you're thrown back into this. People want to really get out. You come here, we'll get you out. We do the work. You need knowledge. You need specific knowledge of the disciplic line. Okay? Specific knowledge and understanding, and most of all, attachment to what the guru is attached to. Okay? Guru Tattva, didn't he just say? We just read that, right? He said, I explained Guru Tattva. He explained that first of all because that's the door. If you don't go through that door, all your stuff out there, all that stuff ISKCON is doing, all that, they're just going around like this because they need Shikshagu, and they prove that they need Shikshagu because they're not doing devotional service in love of God, and we are. Many of us are. So therefore, we've got the result, and they don't. If they want the result, they got to learn what is real Guru Tattva. Well, I got the question, they might say, Well, we got Prabhupada as our guru, so what is the problem? Yeah, you're like saying, well, we got Moses as our guru. We don't need any other shiksha from an empowered person. That's what they say. Yeah, go ahead.
Do we see proof that it's enough to have Prabhupada? Do we see proof on their preaching? We don't see the proof that it's enough. It's not.
No. Yeah, you got to be the scriptures personified. Prabhupada was, and he taught them to an extent. Okay? Waiting in a time for shikshagu, when the consciousness is ripe in some devotee, even some. Hey, man, if we take 5 out of here, we're doing great. The door is open for as many as want to come into Vrindavan. Whoever will understand that this knowledge that they're hearing here is better than any of those. That's why I keep challenging these gurus, because what's at stake are their disciples who can't get into the door. They don't know what the door is. He doesn't know what the door. None of these guys know it. How to get into the kingdom. You need, and proof is, has your love of God awakened? Or how many people are doing devotional service in love of God that are under those gurus? See? You judge a tree by its fruit. Where's that fruit? Fruit of love of God is the only thing that's really important in this world. Yeah. Anyway, that opportunity is now here, because that's what we're doing. Rare thing. Yeah. See, devotional service and love of God is where devotional service and love of God is practiced and preached. See, these principles, these truths, you got to find the devotee Bhagavat preaching these principles, because what you hear and what you see is what you're going to get. Finally, you won't be cheated by Maya, because that devotee is not. How can I be cheated by Maya when I got the shelter of my Lord? I'm clear about it. I know. I'm not, trying to figure it out now. I know what it is. I've been in and out of it enough. I know it's not under these gurus who don't have it. Say they have it, but they don't have it, and they don't even know what it is. They can't even explain to me what it is. I think I can explain very clearly what the shelter is. I can show you and explain it. That's why I'm hands down that this is the best place to be, because nobody on this planet could do it. They all talk a good thing, but they don't have the shelter. They don't have the tears pouring out of the eyes that they see here, the nose blowing, man, blowing the conch, that you're the conch, man. Your eyes are the conch shell holding the water. That's the proof I want. And I haven't seen it yet. And probably won't unless people come here. So I say, probably. I leave the door open. Yeah, man, you a real devotee. Prove it now. Show me you don't got a pair of deuces in this poker game. Yeah, let's see what you got, man. Well, I'm sorry, we don't show our hand. See, that's the problem. Nobody can show their hand. You don't know what's in there. You don't know what's in their cards. They say, yeah, look at my eyes. They got a pair of deuces. And you believe, wow, they must have it. Look at them. And they can't show the hand. See, the hand is the book, man. The bygone devotees, what they experienced. Do you see that now? Do you see that ecstasy? You see the tears. You see the choking up. Do you see the lovely devotional mellows in action in this world now? See? If you don't, love of God is not being offered again. Doesn't that make sense? You got to see it. That's why the Lord, it wasn't here until Madhavinda Puri began to pour it out on the world. See, Madhavinda Puri, pouring out the puri. God darn, everything, every word just kind of just blocks my way. It's like Krishna's always in my way. Trying to move him out of my way, can't get him out. Yeah, this is the problem. You get the shelter, Lord, and the Lord's always blocking you. He's always saying, see me here, see me there, see me here, see me there. Nah, 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 nah. I was hiding before, but no more. In the beginning, I discussed the truth about the spiritual master. See, he discussed it. He discussed it in this book, and devotees get great transcendental pleasure discussing it with their voice. In sadhu sangha, and sharing and discussing these things, making more clear. Okay? Because when things get clear, then you see the path. See, things when it's not clear, there's looking around, it's a maze. You can see, well, how do I get out of this? How do I get out of this? Well, hey man, come in. Let's clarify the path. The path is the Bhagavatam, is discussion. See, discussing these conceptions, these truths. See, this is true knowledge. Okay, the knowledge of ecstatic worship. And people don't even have that knowledge, see, even now. They don't know how that is top notch. This is a top notch place. Can you imagine? They can't even figure out that this is one of the one. It's probably the only real place on this planet where there's devotional service in love of God, because that's the only real deal. If you're not doing that, you're not quite real yet. Sorry to tell you that truth. Not sorry. I like it. I like blowing up people's illusions and dreams. Wake them up. Hey man, you've been dreaming long enough. So, these 5 tattvas incarnate with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and thus the Lord executes his Sankirtan movement with great pleasure. Okay, let's hear what they are. Spiritually, there is no difference between these 5 tattvas. For on the transcendental platform, everything is absolute. For on the transcendental platform, everything is absolute. Yet there are also varieties in the spiritual world. In order to taste these spiritual varieties, one should distinguish between them. Let me offer my obeisances unto Lord Sri Krishna, who has manifested himself in 5 as a devotee, an expansion of a devotee, an incarnation of a devotee, a pure devotee, and devotional energy. Now let's chant for a few minutes before we go into this here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. What is that sound? There's a sound? I don't hear you.
Yeah, it's music on the background with
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
no?
It's music.
Yeah.
It's a tambura. Now, haven't you heard tamboras before?
Yeah, but you say, what is that sound?
Yeah. Somebody else said, "What is that sound?"
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Very strange one. It's so strange, but don't you like tambura? You don't like it?
But you like it, it's okay. It's not disturbing, but I'm not fond of it.
Ani plays it. Better? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ah. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. You guys don't have any Indian blood in you. That's your problem. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You can take your thing off and we can chant together. I'll take this off here.
Okay.
It's enough of this. You guys just not Indian enough.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama,
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 Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Rama
Rama
Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama,
Hare Rama Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
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 Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Oops. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Mm. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Rama.
Okay, back to this here. This is not working here. Ah, I'll take this off here. Ah. So let me offer my obeisances to Lord Sri Krishna, who has manifested himself in five as a devotee, an expansion of a devotee, incarnation of a devotee, pure devotee, and devotional energy. Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure. Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself, the Supreme Controller. No one is greater than or equal to Sri Krishna. Yet, he appears as the son of Maharaj Nanda. Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure. Yeah, and so the bottom line is, can you bathe in that reservoir? See, can you go in there? See, people, this is the problem. People, they don't know Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure because they can't go in there. They can't go and take their bath. This is like, when you can chant the holy name in ecstasy, it's like being able to take a bath in the Ganges. Like if you're not near the Ganges, see, the Ganges is all the way in India. You can't take a bath there, can you? You can't do that. See, so that's why Jesus said you have to go to take your bath to the temple. You get the idea of going to the temple to get purified. That's like taking a bath. You know, the idea of going to Ganges is to become purified. See, so Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure. Because, when you take a bath, usually you feel better, right? Isn't it about feeling? But can you imagine being able to take a bath in Krishna? The pleasure is even better. The cleanliness is better. The purification is better, more powerful. Because you're able now, this is what Jesus meant when he said, the Lord is looking for this kind of worship in spirit and in truth. See, the spirit is the attachment to the Lord, attachment to this reservoir pleasure, because you've gotten that mercy to be able to enter into its waters. But you don't need to go anywhere to do that. Oh yeah, you do it by mantra. You do it by you being better than a Brahmin in that way. Brahmins are chanting all these mantras and everything, but they're mode of goodness stuff. But they can't tap into this reservoir of all pleasure. See, that's why the door is the devotees who are in there, tapping into that pleasure. See, reservoir of all pleasure, and that pleasure is transcendental. It's not material. See, that's why it looks different. That's why devotees look different. We do different here because that's the pleasure of God. We're here to teach about it. We teach its glories. Otherwise, people don't know. They go hard. I mean, these are people who've been around in ISKCON and these groups for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. They still don't know. They look over here, go hard. What are you guys going? What are you doing? Well, we're just tapping into Krishna, the reservoir of all pleasure. He's transcendental and we know how to do it. Yeah. So we've gotten the mercy to do that. And if you want the mercy, you have to come here because we got the mercy and bhakti is born of bhakti. Bhakti is here. That reservoir pleasure is we're playing in it and we're distributing it. And if you don't come here, that means unless you've got other devotees who are tapping into that reservoir of pleasure and they can show you that they're not liars and bullshitters or misinformed misunderstandings. Yeah, you got to see people that know, they're experienced devotees know what is this reservoir of all pleasure. Has anybody ever talked about this? Never. It's just in the book. It just stays there. Nobody's ever just went deep into what does it mean that Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure. That's why people don't know. They look here, we're in the reservoir swimming around, doing backstrokes and all these things in the reservoir, this great reservoir of Krishna's transcendental potency, and enjoying it so nicely, and people can't see it. Because they're not taught. They don't know what it is. How would that show up in this life? Where you can see people are realized that Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure. Yeah. Well, are you getting pleasure there? If you are, you're going to have some extraordinary symptoms. Otherwise, not. You'll just be some ordinary devotee prancing around a stage with a big stick. What's that to a devotee that's swimming in that reservoir of transcendental pleasure? See, that's Krishna. That's one of his features, is this ananda, this transcendental pleasure. The other is here what you're talking here, what you're hearing here, chit knowledge, as it is, clear, logical understanding of the absolute truth. So, yeah, that's the reservoir. Are you in there or not? Usually not. But many of us are in. I mean, I go back into that reservoir. I mean, that's sadhu sangha. That's here. Even if you see people that are in the reservoir of pleasure of Krishna, that is so auspicious. Because if you have some intelligence, you'll desire this. Yeah. So, Lalita, why don't you read a little bit here?
Okay.
You can continue here where we left off.
Okay.
This is chapter 7 of Adi Leela, Chaitanya Charitamrita.
I
And
have
the verse is text 4.
text. Oh, text 4. Okay. Come back then. Oh, glories to you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you. I offer my respect for obeisances and to your lotus feet for giving me these experiences, those tastes of the Lord, the taste of Radha Krishna, and the taste of the praise of Radha Krishna, the taste of reading, of preaching, the taste of finding shelter in the pastimes, the taste of Krishna consciousness. Oh glories, oh glories.
Oh, glories, oh, glories.
See, that's the reservoir. She's in the reservoir of pleasure. Come on, wake up, people. Can't just sit. That's the red. It's very wet like that.
I'm really in the I'm in the cloud.
I think she's in the real deep part.
There is echo.
No waiters allowed.
Do you hear the echo?
Do you hear the echo?
Huh?
You hear the echo?
You hear the echo?
Oh, is there an echo here? Let me
Yeah.
lower my my speakers here.
Okay.
Okay.
I think- No, still echo.
Try that now.
Okay, thank you.
See if there's echo. Is there echo?
Hello. Yeah, still, but
Still a little echo.
not that loud anymore. Not that loud anymore, but it's still there. Yeah.
All right. You know what I might need to do here? Let's see. Okay, say something now.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Still.
Still echo? Oh, I see what it is. Okay, maybe my mic. Oh, I know what to do. Let me do mute the mic. Yeah.
I need to mute my mic now? You. Okay. Yeah, I am living in the cloud of the prema that emanates from you. That's why the good place. That's the reservoir. It's a very, very nice place. It's Krishna's abode, man. Oh, glories to you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much. What are you doing with me? Hypnose. hypnotize. Oh my goodness. Oh, glories to the previous acharyas. To Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, to Jagannath Babaji, to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Oh glories to Lord Nityananda. Oh glories to Lord Chaitanya. Nimai Pandita. Oh glories to you, my Lord and Master. Oh glories, oh glories. Oh glories to Srimati Radharani. Holy Spirit, Bhakti Devi. Oh glories to Krishna. Depth of all depths, goal of life, treasure of all treasure, knowledge of all knowledges, truth of all truths, word of all words. Oh glories to God. Oh, thank you for letting me do this service. These five tattvas, they incarnate with Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And thus the Lord executes his Sankirtan movement with great pleasure. Spiritually, there are no differences between these five tattvas. But for on the transcendental platform, everything is absolute. Yet there are also varieties in the spiritual world. And in order to taste these spiritual varieties, one should distinguish between them. Let me offer my obeisances unto Lord Krishna, who has manifested himself in five as a devotee, expansion of a devotee, incarnation of a devotee, pure devotee, a devotional energy, Krishna, the reservoir of all pleasure. He is the supreme personality of Godhead himself, the supreme controller. No one is greater than or equal to Sri Krishna, yet he appears as the son of Maharaj Nanda, Lord Sri Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the supreme enjoyer in the rasanas. He is the leader of the tamsras of Raja, and all others are simply his associates. The self-same Lord Krishna advented himself as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with all his eternal associates, who are also equally glorious. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who is the supreme controller, the one personality of Godhead. He has accidentally become a devotee, yet his body is transcendental and not materially tinged. The transcendental marrow of conjugal love of Krishna is so wonderful. Is so wonderful that Krishna himself accepts the form of a devotee to relish and taste it fully. And for this reason, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Teacher, he accepts the form. He accepts the form of a devotee, and accepts Lord Nityananda as his elder brother. Sri Advaita Acharya is Lord Chaitanya's incarnation as a devotee. And therefore, these three tattvas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, Nityananda Prabhu, and Advaita Goswami, they are the pre-dominators or masters. One of them is Mahaprabhu, and the other two are Prabhus. And these two Prabhus, they serve the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. The three pre-dominators, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and Advaita Prabhu, they are worshipable by all living entities. And the fourth principle, Sri Gadadhara Prabhu, is to be understood as their worshipper. There are innumerable pure devotees of the Lord, headed by Srivasa Thakura, who are known as unalloyed devotees. The devotees headed by Gadadhara Pandita. They are to be considered incarnations of the eternal potency of the Lord. They are confidential devotees, engaged in the service of the Lord. The internal devotees are potencies. They are all eternal associates in the pastimes of the Lord. Only with them does the Lord advent to propound to propound the Sankirtan movement. And only with them does the Lord taste the mellow of conjugal love. And only with them does he distribute this love of God to people in general. The characteristics of Krishna, they are understood to be to be a storehouse of transcendental love. and although and although that storehouse of love certainly came with Krishna when he was present, it was sealed. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came with his other associates of the Panchatattva, they broke the seal and they plundered. They broke the seal and they plundered the storehouse to taste transcendental love. To taste transcendental love of Krishna. And the more they tasted it, the more they thirst for it grew. Three Panchatattva themselves, they thirst again and again. And this made it easier
Sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah. You know, this is so. Can you hear me now? Okay, no echo.
Yeah. No echo.
No echo. Okay, yeah, good. So this is such a fantastic chapter, man. I was a little bit tired, so I couldn't. But you know what? Let's go. Actually, read that again. Just that last part. That's so, so amazing. So much what we're doing. It's exactly. You can't get a perfect more fit than this verse and our activities. Go ahead, read that beautiful
Sri
verse.
Panchatattva themselves danced again and again, and this made it easier to drink nectarian love of Godhead. They danced,
Yes, they,
they
they
cried,
did. Sadhus, they cried, they danced,
they
talked
laughed,
about Krishna. Yeah, laughed.
chanted like
Yeah,
madmen, and in this way they distributed
yeah,
love of
yeah,
Godhead.
yeah. See, Lolita knows. She says, "Wow, I'm on the right track, man. That's what I'm doing."
Yeah.
Made it easier. Yeah, distributing like this. It's glorious. It's yeah. All right. So actually, read the verses backwards. Read the. So actually, the more we taste this, the more it expands. That's why I'm saying it's just like a, it's like an investment. Like people invest in something to get a return on your investment. Chanting and sharing this with, this chanting and tasting it, relishing this, it causes more to grow, for everybody. So read the next verse
Next.
backwards,
Backwards.
backwards, the
Okay.
previous verse.
Yeah, okay.
We'll work backwards.
The characteristics, oh my god, the characteristics of Krishna are understood to be a storehouse of transcendental love. And
Yeah.
although,
See, see the characteristics. See, that's the tattva. See, that's the chit, the characteristics. That's why the book is written to. See, it's a storehouse where love, it awakens devotion. See, these characteristics are amazing. Yeah. Okay, go back. Next verse, previous.
the internal devotees are potencies, or our potencies are all internal associates in
Actually,
both.
you know what? Go from where you started. Go. Let's start where you first started when you
Okay,
started reading.
okay. Oh la 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 la. You said four.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. I will. I will. These five tattvas incarnate with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and thus the Lord executes his Sankirtan movement with great pleasure. With great pleasure.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Spiritually, there are no differences between these five tattvas. For on the transcendental platform, everything is absolute. Yet there are also varieties in the spiritual world. And in order to taste these spiritual varieties, one should distinguish between them. Let me offer my obeisances unto Lord Krishna, who has manifested himself in five as a devotee, expansion of a devotee, incarnation of a devotee, pure devotee and devotional energy. I
Read
would
that
like
again.
to explain this, yeah. Um, who has manifested himself in 5 as a devotee, expansion of a devotee, incarnation of a devotee, pure devotee, and devotional energy.
See, so yeah, so the Lord actually is Krishna that is manifesting. So the Lord accepts a devotee. It's like he accepts him as good as himself. He accepts him as his self. Okay? And that's why the devotee accepts Krishna as his self. I accept Krishna as myself, as my real self. See, it's where I get selfhood from. Yeah, it's like that's the real self for me. It's Krishna. That's why how can you have any problems when God is your shelter. It's yourself. The self. The real self is his qualities. And why meditate on his maya? Everybody thinking they're all taking responsibility. Oh, I'm such a bad person. See, it makes you take responsibility that you become it. See, that's ignorance. It's not you. It's Krishna's dark shadow. You've taken shelter of it. It makes you take responsibility. Uh, oh yeah, I'm such a bad person. I'm such a good person. Oh, I've got low self-esteem. I got high self-esteem. It's I, me, and mine. It's all you. You own all that, but you really don't. That's called illusion. See, the devotees, they only own the Lord. The Lord is their possession. Their attachment. See, this is, oh yeah, the Lord is the real self, common to us all. See, we meditate on the Lord's qualities. Right? See, right? There's the sun and the sun ray. The sun ray isn't say, I'm independent, it's me. No, the sun is, yeah, I belong to the sun. It's the sun's qualities meditating on. See, it's the Lord himself. So we're like that. That's called surrender. That's called truth. That's why the devotees are ecstatic. They're in a whole new world. See, they're out of the matrix. People are in the matrix here. We have the way out of the matrix. They're right here. Come out. We got the key. The key maker. There's the key maker in there. We're the key maker. You want to come over here? We'll make you a key to get out of the matrix. Otherwise, you stay in here. So many doors. They go to one part or another. It's all matrix. Anyway, this is becoming more and more clear. This is the way. You got to go to the key makers. We make the key. Well, the key's already made. We just give you the key. Get out. Open the door and get out. Yeah. Yeah. So read that verse again. I might stop you in the middle of that.
Yeah. Let me offer my obeisances unto Lord Krishna, who has manifested himself in 5 as a devotee.
Let me offer my obeisances. See, to the Supreme Lord Krishna. So when you look at all those 5 different things, can you say, people say, oh, Lord Krishna, I offer my obeisances to you. And then a devotee who actually represents that transcendental Lord comes before you and go, phew.
Yeah, true.
You see, you don't know the real Lord yet. See, that's the position. That's why the devotees come here to teach about the transcendental Lord. Nobody knows that Lord. That's if they're not just throwing you the rule book, Well, here's your Lord, a bunch of rules and regulations and mandates. That's because that's all you can understand. That's what people anyway, this is the thing. Okay, so I offer my obeisance to the transcendental Lord. You got to recognize him in his different forms. The devotees come here to teach these different forms. Okay? Go ahead, read the next after the obeisances.
So, as a devotee, then expansion of a devotee.
Expansion of a devotee. I was thinking about that. What is an expansion of a devotee?
I don't know.
What is Yeah, you don't know. So expansion, a devotee, and an expansion of a devotee could be like a disciple. See, expansion of a devotee. See, their devotee expands through his sons and daughters.
Okay.
See. So that's why you see, I have disciples. They're manifesting Krishna. That's why you know, this is what Jesus was telling you, telling the world, and telling his disciples. If they accept, if people listen to you, they're listening to me, or they'll listen to you because they actually listen to me in some lifetime. They listen. What do you think? People just come here and they listen. If they listen to the Lord in some lifetime as a devotee, then they'll listen here. Why not? Because you bring your consciousness and what you are into this world. See? And if they hear from you, they're hearing from me. See, when you are like that, when you become purified, you represent the devotee. That's why Lord Krishna says, I'm eternal. Krishna is eternal. One of his forms is eternal, Shuddha Bhakti, right? Shuddha Sattva. And my devotees are eternal. And the devotees of my devotees are eternal. That can be like an expansion. See, that's considered like an expansion. Okay, what's next? What is that?
My phone. Incarnation of a devotee. I will turn him off. Next is the incarnation of a devotee.
Yeah, the incarnation of a devotee. Yeah, go. What's the next one? It's not coming.
And a pure devotee and devotion and devotional energy.
Yeah, I think it's the incarnation of a devotee. Yeah, we'd have to go. Actually, why don't you read the purport on that one?
Okay.
Some of those things aren't clear. It could be a lot of times. You know, if it's not clear to me in a verse, it might be more in the word for word. But yeah, read the word for word on that first.
Word for word. Panchatattva Atmakam, comprehending the 5 transcendental subject matters. Krishnam, unto Lord Krishna, Bhaktarupa, in the form of a devotee. Svarupakam, in the expansion of a devotee. Bhakta Avataram, in the, in the incarnation of a devotee. Bhakta Akyam, known as a devotee. Namami, I offer my obeisances. Bhakta Sakikam, the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then the purport. Sri Nityananda Prabhu.
Yeah. The energy. Okay, so he was explaining. Yeah, that's all the devotee. You know, incarnation of the devotee, expansion of the devotee. He expands himself as a devotee, as an incarnation. The Lord incarnates here as a devotee. Who was the other one? Expansion, incarnation.
Expansion, incarnation, pure devotee and devotional energy.
Yeah. Okay, pure devotee. Yeah, pure devotee and devotional energy. You could see in a devotee, all of that is there. The devotional energy.
Chanting of the holy name.
Yeah. Well, the energy, the ecstatic ecstasy.
Yeah.
See, the knowledge, all of that is the energy. Also, the energy. See the power behind. See, there's energy there. There's revelation, realization, movement. The energy. The power.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Read the purport a little bit.
Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Sri Nityananda Prabhu is the immediate expansion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his brother. He is the personified spiritual bliss of Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha.
Yeah, and you see, he's the brother of the Lord, and actually, even the devotee becomes the brother. See, the friend. And that's where you see the incarnation of Satchidananda. You need to see it incarnate. That's why the devotee or Nityananda, they come first. See, they come first. And in this way, we get to know the Lord by the big brother. See? Just like if you want to know the government, you learn by the big brother, the government, and you don't want to know the government. They are mean suckers, man. They want to, that's the Lord's shadow is very controlling. See, so wants to control everything. So the big brother is coming out into the world, scaring the heck out of people. You know, it's a nightmarish thing. The Lord's, when he's dark, he's really dark. Mode of passion and ignorance, you know. So the big brother teaches us about devotional service because you could see the example. Oh, this person is a brother of the Lord. You could see they're very close. See, if you're very close to the trance of the Lord, you're going to see something different. You're going to hear something different. You're going to see ecstatic bliss. You're going to hear real truth that you'd never heard before. That's just not of this world. Yeah, it's different. It's conclusive. It's essence, essential. It's not. You never don't learn this in college or schools. Your parents can't teach you this unless they're pure devotees, and most aren't usually, right? Yeah. So what's the? Go ahead.
His body is transcendental and full of ecstasy in devotional
See the body. So there's different ways to look at it. The Lord's body is transcendental, but it has to incarnate. It has to manifest in the body of a devotee in this world because it's ecstatic. It has to have a container. See, it has to have it be held. Otherwise, it's just somewhere some vibration in the ethers. See, the devotees decode that energy. See, they're able to. I remember I was listening to this. David Icke was talking about we have a body that decodes the world through the senses. You know, it has 5 senses and decodes what it sees, what it hears, what it feels. See, so the body of a devotee is an expansion of the senses. See, it's decoding the spiritual world for the interpretation of the devotee and understanding of the devotee, the experience of the devotee and the world. Okay? This is why the devotees, when they saw Lord Chaitanya decoding the spiritual world and bringing it forth into this world, into their understanding and awareness, they said, how fortunate Lord Krishna, because they read about it in books. They said, how fortunate Lord Krishna is to let us see what's going on in the spiritual world through this devotee, this very unusual personality, decoding the spiritual world. They have this awakened spiritual senses to do that. Nobody else can decode it. That's why this looks weird to people. They haven't seen this kind of decoding, taking that code and breaking it open. See, that's breaking the seal that you just read earlier, breaking the seal of the spiritual world. Only the devotees can do that. They have to incarnate in this world. Otherwise, we will not see this nature of the spiritual world. Won't see the true nature of Krishna. It's all just theories and then the book and piety and, like, oh yeah, God is great. God is good. God is this. We, of course, because we don't want to go to hell, we already see what the hell. Like now, this is driving the people towards God or belief in God because they don't know what to do. It's like the world is like, it's cracking up, man. And so they're, okay, God, I'm with you. But they don't know much about the Lord.
No.
You got to see the decoders here. We're decoding it beyond. The Vaidhi Bhaktas can't decode the world. They don't know the spiritual world yet. They're just following the rules, and they got the deities there and their big flowers, from the world, and they offer flowers from the world and all this. They don't know this otherworldly worship. See, the devotees, they have the equipment to give the worship of the Lord. They don't need any external paraphernalia. Their eyes filled with tears. See, they're blowing their nose because of all the mucus there that makes like the conch shell sound.
See, this is all the real, this is worship of the Lord in love of God. These kind of choking up, all of that is decoding the spirit, the nature of the spiritual world for the devotee to appreciate and to taste and to transmit to others so that they can also decode. They awaken their spiritual decoding machine, that's in their bodies, all latent. See, they call it dormant love of God, dormant attachment. You awaken that. That's your spiritual body. It awakens and it's capable of decoding the spiritual world for your happiness and for the happiness of the Lord. Okay, it's not in sync. Is my picture in sync or is it just his thing?
For
It
me,
could
it's
be
okay.
you, Tom.
For me,
Yeah, I think
both
it's
out of sync here on Facebook.
that's you. That's you. Oh, it might be you. You. That's you. So just you
that's
just have to restart your. You know what it is? You're using too much memory, so you just have to. Unless okay, so I'll ask the people out there. Let me know if my picture is in sync with the
because
sound.
with
Yeah.
Lalita it's okay, and with you it's not so. It's not okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What could that be? Okay, well, okay. Anyway, let me know other people if it's okay.
It's okay with Freddy.
You're okay. Okay, so just don't worry about it. Where was I?
Where were you?
See, I lose my place sometimes on this.
Hmm.
Okay, anyway, it was good. Read the next verse, or not the verse, just wherever you were. Just go on.
His body is transcendental and full of ecstasy in devotional service.
Yeah.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is therefore called Bhaktarupa, the form
See,
of
that's why. See, the Lord says, the body of the devotee. See, it's his. He can says, "This is my body. I've given my body to that devotee, so it's my body." See, it's my body. That ecstasy is the Lord's body. The devotee is, you kind of feel like it's your body. You're relishing it, or it's the Lord's body, your body. Who the hell knows? It's just so great. Who cares? Just give me the food, man. Just let me taste this beautiful, fantastic, Lord. Body, his body, my body, whatever. Who cares, man? Just keep on eating. It's so great. But it's the Lord's body. He gives us his body to relish. See, this is why I said Krishna is a reservoir of all pleasure. We get the capacity to relish that transcendental body. If people knew this is why our sadhu sangha is so great, is because here you can distinguish what is real. We're decoding. You have to hear from realized devotees who are real decoders. They're real experienced persons in the spiritual consciousness and bringing it forth in the world. Otherwise, nobody knows. These screws don't know diddly squat. They're like little babies to me. I can't tell you. When I'm in this communion with God, I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's like he shows me what he knows, and it's like unbelievable. It's just, he's saying, you see all these little children, they're stupid. They don't know. They pretend they know, and they act like they know, and the neophytes who don't know believe them. It's how the world is, People, you think Fauci knows anything, and all these guys, they're really not very smart. Even the Maya employs them because they're not very smart. Even the policemen, the policemen are not very smart usually. Not all the time.
mostly not.
Usually, no. And I'll tell you what, one lady if you have knowledge, you can know even Maya's tricks and what she does and all this stuff. This one lady I saw this video, and some puffed up cop comes, and he says to her, "Do you know why I've come before you?" She says, "Yes." She says, "Why?" "Because you're average." She's saying, you got in your position because you're only average. You're only average intelligence. It's the same, these politicians and everything. I always wonder, why are they so dumb? Why don't they really know? Because they put in there, they're like puppets, A lot of times they're very greedy and all that stuff, and they're like parasites. And not to put it down, it's just kind of how the Maya works. She's choosing people of average intelligence to be her workers. See, that's why once you get into the transcendental consciousness of the Lord, you're not average anymore. She can't use you. She can't, you're too intelligent for her. You're not part of her material. You don't want to work for her. You say, hey, man, I'm sorry, man. God gives you the intelligence not to want to be her slave.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
but
just want to, I want to work for the Lord now. This comes out all in this conversation, how the Lord works. Go ahead, the next thing.
So Nityananda Prabhu is called Bhakta Svarupa, the expansion of devotee. Sri Advaita Prabhu, the incarnation of devotee. Is Vishnu Tattva and belongs to the same category.
Yeah, and that's Vishnu Tattva. That's why on the altar you should only put Vishnu Tattva, including the devotee. That's why the devotees are on the altar. But now we rubber stamp them, go put the picture on the altar. See, that's not conclusive. That is actually offensive in a sense. It's like a baby, not understanding that. No, we need to see the book in reality. See, in the world, we need to see the book manifest here. Otherwise, the truth is not manifest from that book. Conclusive truth has to manifest in this world. That book, those conceptions have to manifest in the actions and the worship of devotee. When the devotee who has actually realized Krishna is realized and acknowledged and put on that altar, there's conclusive truth. That is pleasing to the Lord. See? That's why this is pleasing to even speak about it, because it needs to be said. Right now, they're putting anybody's picture on the altar saying that they're good as pure devotees like Rupa Goswami and Prabhupada and all that. And just because we voted them in. That's not conclusive. They're not Vishnu Tattva. Vishnu Tattva means you have relationship with Vishnu. It's transcendental, has to show in your body that the Lord has chosen you to manifest his truths in you. See, people can look after reading this verse. I would say this is Lalita. She's like that verse. Okay. So go ahead, read the next.
Then there are also different types of bhaktas or devotees.
Different types.
Of bhaktas.
Yeah,
bhaktas.
You said types, right? You said types.
Types.
Yeah, okay, different types. Yeah, go ahead.
Different types of bhaktas or devotees on the platforms of neutrality, servitude, friendship, parenthood, and conjugal love.
Yeah.
Devotees like Sri Damodara, Sri Gadadara, and Sri Ramanandaraya are different energies. This confirms the
See, different. I like that. I like how he says different energies. See, the devotees interchange with different energies, so it's different. Energy is the movement, power,
action.
The power, the devotee. Yeah, different actions, different relationships. So you see them acting differently, but it's the same energy because potency is Shuddha Bhakti, Shuddha Bhaktas, but in their different relations. See, makes the Leela. See, the Leela is all these different energies interacting. It makes the play. You just like in the world, same thing. The different energy, different people, different players, actors makes the play. Kind of they mix. See, and that's mundane. So you can learn about the mundane by I mean, about the spiritual by seeing it in the reflection of the mundane. You see people are acting their different energy. You see how the different characters develop in the movies, you know, and they play in a character. They even meditate in their characters like this, and they become that character like that. It's just, if you apply that to Krishna consciousness development, and you're looking at the Lord's characteristics and all of this, and you're coming into that character. See, so you have a natural character. This one is they just interchanging different characters. Here you have a certain character in your relationship with the Lord. Okay? The gopi relations is interesting because you have most versatile roles. You can play anything. You know, sometimes you can be the Lord's student, sometimes he's your student, sometimes you maintain the Lord, he maintains you. Yeah, you're an intimate buddy as well as he's your intimate friend, you're his intimate friend. See, different, very versatile service to the Lord. Whatever you're needed, you can do these things. So the conjugal is usually the spiritual master in our line. Okay? They're very versatile. They have to be, actually. Sometimes they have their disciples are like their sons and daughters, and you know, and they become their friends, like this, and intimate confidants, and even to the point of sometimes instructors. See? This is the way it was with Lord Chaitanya. Sometimes they were instructors. He liked it. Yeah, versatile, conjugal level. Bewildering too. Sorry. Unless you hear it explained from a real devotee, you can't understand any of this stuff. Go ahead.
All these bhakta subjects taken together constitute Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself.
Say that last part again.
All these bhakta subjects taken together constitute Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself.
Yeah, everything is in there. Matter of fact, Radha and Krishna is a little better, is more complete. All these subjects are Radha and Krishna together, because everything is there. In Radha's the supreme power, right? Everything is in there. Devotees are all coming from there, Radha and Krishna, actually. Yeah. In that sense, because there's the devotion there, and then the Lord is there, and then the different relationships are there. So she has them all. And devotees have like their own particular part, you know, in that. The gopis also see the Lord loves their service the most because it's most versatile. Taste
what?
all these different rasas. Versatile.
Most
You know, you
intimate?
can. Versatile means different types of service you can do. The gopis, whatever the Lord is needed.
Yeah.
See, whatever they can do. Other devotees can't do everything. Mother Yashoda cannot serve the Lord in a conjugal way. It's not her nature. She doesn't.
No.
It's outside of her. She, matter of fact, always has to make excuses for the Lord. She doesn't even want to look at it. It's like, no, that's not. My Lord doesn't do that. He doesn't play with girls
Yeah.
like that. He's
He
too
needs to be
young.
protected.
He's my baby.
He's
He's my baby. He's not like that. It's not. Right? She does it because if he grows up, then she'll lose him. He'll get married, and
Of
and leave
course.
the house.
She's in denial.
That's why Sachi Devi had such a hard time when the Lord took sannyas. He was ready to go right in the Ganga and drown and say, "There's no use for me anymore. I can't take care of him." He's taking sannyas again, even leaving household life. At least she had him with their daughter-in-law. They lived in the same house. Yeah. Okay. What's next?
And then we have the next verse, text 7. Krishna, the reservoir of all pleasure, is the supreme personality of Godhead himself, the supreme controller. No one is greater than or equal to Sri Krishna. Yet he appears as the son of Maharaj Nanda.
Yeah, see, isn't that interesting? No one is equal, or so he's the supreme controller. He's the controlling even what's going on in this world. See? That's why with this knowledge is the key to get out of being controlled by the world and being servant of his maya, even as a demigod, fighting. The demigods and the demons are fighting. See, they're both under the dictates of Maya, the Lord's Maya. See, this is the key. This knowledge in the line is the key to get out of subservience to his Maya. See, now we're serving the Lord's spiritual potency. See, isn't that what we're engaged in? We're servants of something very rare and uniquely. It's not always manifest in this world. It's usually hidden. And all these people, they're serving some level of the Maya, either in the mode of passion and ignorance or goodness. Yeah. Or serving the liberation, they're trying to be liberated and liberate other people up into the level of liberation. But that's very hard right now. You can't do it in a Kali Yuga. Boy, why? So anyway, this is why this is really the only path out of this is bhakti. Come under the shelter of this knowledge and this ananda. Hear from a realized soul who's realized of devotion. See, no, your realizations come from devotion. Otherwise, you got no realize, no real sight, no realization, no understanding, no real understanding. It all comes from this dipping into the reservoir of all pleasure. Otherwise, your understanding is very small. Yeah. And because you can't dip into the reservoir. In that, the reservoir of all pleasure is the true Lord, the Shuddha Bhakti potency. Everything is there. Knowledge, information, understanding, ecstatic bliss. What else do you want? What else do you need? Well, I need money. I need this. I need a house. I need a shelter. All that comes because you've satisfied the Lord. That's everything's about that. This is the truth in the Bhagavatam that devotees realize, because the deeper you go into this bhakti and the Lord, you get the results of all these paths of the world. They just come along. They just, they're like your cloak. The four goals of life. People they're trying to get independently very hard. Even liberation very hard. See, they just follow a devotee. What the results of economic development? They don't got to do anything much. Just the liberation. They're liberated in their devotional service. It's more than liberation, but they're liberated. That's the fourth goal of life. After you get burnt out on the others, working your butt off, or even in a mode of goodness, trying to please everybody and all that. And then you go, okay, I always want to be free. And then you get one of these satsang gurus, telling you you're not your story and all that stuff. And it's very hard, and so ultimately it's leading to the fifth goal of life, which is devotional service and love of God. See, those doing Vaidhi Bhakti are trying to attain the fifth goal of life, even though they're not clear on it. See, you can't be clear on it, even doing Vaidhi.
No.
Doesn't come clear. Didn't you know? Personally, you tried that way to get clear. What is it all about? Who knows? These gurus can't tell you because they're not doing devotional service and love of God. Only till you came here. Johann couldn't figure it out. It's not clear. Nothing's clear until you meet devotees who are part of that Shuddha Bhakti potency. The Lord manifests as such a guru. Okay? And then you get real knowledge. See, real understanding, real ecstasy, Satchidananda. Go ahead.
Lord Sri Krishna the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the supreme enjoyer in the Rasa dance.
Yeah,
He
you
is
see, he's the supreme enjoyer in the rasa dance. And you think people, they had all kinds of, oh yeah, rasa dance, Radha and Krishna. Yeah, but a devotee knows, oh yeah, yeah, of course he is. Because that's my experience.
yeah.
You know, a rasa dance of rasa. It's a dance of mutual exchange of loving affairs with God. And that's what a devotee is, their expertise. See, that's the rasa dance. And there's a dance that comes from it. That's how these classes are and these discussions are. It's because of the rasa dancing. See, rasa dance. What was say that again? Exactly what you said.
He is Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme
Ah,
Personality,
enjoyer.
the
He's a
Supreme
supreme
Enjoyer.
enjoyer of the rasa dance. Okay.
Yeah.
See when you see these two rasas dance, the devotee and the Lord. See, the devotee is I've given pleasure to the Lord, and therefore I'm nourished and I'm happy too.
Yeah.
See, get the same happiness as your master.
Yeah.
See, that's called surrender. True. If you're not involved in that consciousness, then you don't know God. Really, not really. You don't know how it all works. See, this is postgraduate, right? You need to be taught from experienced devotees these things. Otherwise, nobody knows.
Yeah.
See,
But
this is
most Vaidis,
only experience. Yeah,
they think you can't enjoy.
yeah, yeah. Well, see, it's the Lord. Yeah, see, they're right and wrong. You can't enjoy until the Lord
Without
enjoys,
him.
and people.
Without
But
him.
people, yeah, yeah. So otherwise, you're in the Maya, and then your enjoyment appears separate from the Lord. That's the illusion. It's never separate from the Lord. It just appears to be. And that's why the illusion's so terrible, because you don't know how to really please the Lord. See, the Lord wants the highest pleasure because he just likes the highest pleasure. And then you get it and you realize, I also like the highest pleasure because the Lord likes the highest pleasure. And he's given me that understanding of the highest pleasure. Okay. So Lilita knows that. She's
And the,
in that. You could see that manifest. Yeah.
and the
And that's it. Yeah. Yeah. This is where it's all leading, is what's in this sangha. This is the gift of God. This is what the lady said. Jesus said at the well to the lady. He said, if you knew the gift that God was giving to you, you would ask him for some water. See, he asked her for water. He said, if you knew the gift that God was given through him, you would ask him for this water. And that's exactly what we are. When you come here and you stay here and associate here, you're asking the Lord for water. And you're coming to the right place, the right well, the right mailbox for your desire to be mailed or your cup to be filled. See, so that's how it works. And otherwise, and that's what they did with Lord Chaitanya. The devotees, even these devotees, they came and said, Lord, will you give us this bhakti? I want this. Okay? And his mother said, will you give me this prema? You see, he manifests these symptoms of prema that you see here. That's why people, if you had real intelligence, you'd be begging the devotees, please give us this treasure. This is not, I've been waiting millions of lifetimes to meet devotees like you, but they don't know. So we teach them. Yeah, they don't know. They don't know what's right before them. So therefore, that's why devotees come here. They're the only decoders of this. Nobody knows this is treasure. They think Bitcoin or gold or silver is wealth. No, this is the wealth, man. And I'll tell you, it is so strong, this wealth, it is going to be proven. It's provable now. Because the more we relish it and taste it, the more apparent it becomes to the world. The illusion just goes, psh. Well, we thought gold and silver and women and beautiful men and women, looking for the adoration. was the real wealth, and no, that's the maya. That's the Lord's dark illusion, his shadow. Let's go for the real wealth. Yeah, let's chant the holy name and taste that nectar. That's your wealth, man. If you can taste the nectar in this name, you are one big wealthy billionaire. If you can't, you're a poor boy. Mr. Bill Gates is poor. You're just really Fauci, poor. All these people praise, oh, he's so great. Are you gurus? If you're a guru like that and you can't taste the nectar in this name and do devotional service in love of God, you're still poor. I don't know why people are going to a poor person to get Krishna. It doesn't make sense to me. Does it make sense to you guys out there? Why are you going to poor people? If a guru cannot taste the nectar of this holy name and prove it to show that there are tears welling up in their eyes and holy laughter coming out and choking up and showing that they're in transcendental power of the Lord in this world, then what are you going to them for? Not when this is here. You come here, man, you're going to get blessed and benedicted. Over there, well, look at, that's why they say many lifetimes to figure out what has been figured out here by you guys and are figuring it out. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, sometimes devotees who are long time devotees, 40 years, for instance, who don't even see or feel the vibrations when they see you chanting. Nothing has been opened after these 40 years that they were worshipping. That's so strange. Not even one little feeling, nothing. That proves it.
Yeah. Well, it proves a lot of things. It proves, first of all, that you got to get it by when you're open to receiving it, because it's a receptive thing. It's a faith thing. You got to realize what is gold and then come to where gold is and then come in like the book say. I'm just teaching you like the map book says, you come in this way because it works by the action of the book Bhagavad, which is this kind of knowledge, this specialized knowledge. See? And the action of the book and the devotee Bhagavat speaking it. So oh, wow, really? I didn't know it. My gurus didn't show me what was in the book. My gurus never showed me what the song book from them from the real spiritual master ecstatic prema emanates. So how come I never know? Because it's not emanating from your friggin' guru. Wake up. By their word, ignorance is destroyed. Why didn't I realize that? Because it's not that knowledge that comes from the Ananda, the pure, ecstatic, intimate worship of the Lord is not there. Therefore, you don't even understand the songbook because he doesn't understand this. You only understand what your guru understands, because what your guru understands, he gives you. That's the mercy. See? Bhagavad Gita 10:10, again and again and again. By those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them the knowledge, the understanding. You get that. Therefore, you get what the guru gets because they gave it to you. They're giving it to you. Only they're qualified to ascertain and decode. And then you get that mercy, and then you can decode also. Your spiritual body's awakened, you can decode the spiritual world. It's decoded in you. You get revelation, realization, ecstatic. You become the representative of that same Lord here in this world. Same Lord Chaitanya here now. Otherwise, the harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. He needs decoders, those who've decoded him, who he is, what he is. Nobody knows. These gurus certainly don't know. They haven't proved it to me, not even one. Not even one. How can you say that? Well, you see the signs. The signs and the symptoms are what you see here that you don't see anywhere. Zero.
Indeed.
Okay? And it's proof. This is real. It's right there in the book. We read it, and I'm just, just interpreting the book as it is. There's not even any interpretation. I just tell you what it is. There you go. And you see it's convincing because it's an experience of a devotee. See? Oh, now I'm getting it. Yeah, you're right, because their word is solid, man. It smacks the illusion, man. Packs a wallop. Okay? Brings the experience of the spiritual world into this dimension. Otherwise, nobody knows.
Setting you free, yeah?
Setting you free. You're free in the truth.
Yeah.
See,
Free
oh
from
yeah, it's great. It's natural. Yeah. See, the truth is the experience of the devotee in this world. That's the Lord coming. See, the spiritual potency. The truth is, wow, man, making Krishna happiness is the greatest happiest. Let me show you that. Let me show you what that looks like. And let me preach about it. Let me take those concepts that are in the book and make them alive in your life. You'll see they're alive in my life, and then you come here and you come in the right way through the right knowledge, the information, how to go through the door, how to get your spiritual body activated so you can start decoding also the spiritual world for the benefit of others. Because they don't know, they can't decode it. Their spiritual bodies are not awakened. And when a few listen to you, they start to be awakened and they say, yeah, wow, this is amazing, decoding the spiritual world. Wow, I love this. Now I feel I'm reaching my full potential. This is the full potential you see here. It ain't going anywhere else. You think it's going into AI? What, full potential just to control everything? God is already controlling it. Why are you spending all your time, money, and energy? That AI is going to end up controlling everything in the material, mundane world, except the devotees. The AI can't control a devotee because the AI controls on the level of the mind. It's always trying to trick the mind. See, they call cognizant war and everything. I look at this, I say, God, I don't live in the domain of the mind. I live in the bliss of God and truth and revelation. So how can this AI have any influence? I only use AI. I'm not used, just like the Lord. He uses these energies. I only use the energy. I use AI right here, man. AI for directions, to navigate. It doesn't use me. It can't. Doesn't even have any jurisdiction. Proof is these classes can't figure out what we're doing. Can't figure it out. Is Gorhari a threat to our master? Is he a threat to AI? Scratching its head. That's how smart AI is compared to this. My Lord outshines everything. His knowledge is better than anything, clearer than anything, truer than anything, more ecstatic than anything.
more real.
Yeah. More real. Everything is here. Look at these guys. They got this meta universe they want to stick people in. It is the most ridiculous thing. I'll probably go in there. I can go anywhere, man. I can go into meta universe, meta this or unmeta. It doesn't matter. I go to hell, heaven. Doesn't matter to me. I've been many times probably. Who cares? It doesn't matter. I'll go in the meta universe and see what's in there, how stupid it is, and probably preach in the meta universe because everybody wants to go in the meta. So we'll go where the preaching is. I won't preach anything different than this. You can look at my videos. I haven't preached anything different than this. Look at 10 years ago video, same thing. Because its essence is always the same.
Of course.
It's amazing.
Same God.
It always seems ever fresh and different, but it's There she is. Welcome there, River. Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging in there. I know it's tough. Hey, man, you ever been to a tough teacher before? They're tough, but you learn. Go ahead, read on.
Okay. He is the leader of the damsels of Raja.
Yeah, he's the leader. People see that's the guru. He's just this way. I'm just following the Lord, and you think I'm trying to be the leader, and I'm just following the lead of the Lord. That's what devotees do. Even Jesus taught this. He said, "First, my master does, then I do." But it happens so fast you can't tell any separation. See, they follow the lead of the Lord. That's how it works. And then people follow the lead of Guru. That's how you get in. You know, they're the master decoder. See, you're not, you have to admit, I can't decode. This is the whole thing. These, I don't care who they are, gurus or everything. If you don't have the symptoms of being a master decoder of the spiritual world, you got to admit it at some point, because you and your followers are not going into the spiritual world. It has to be decoded here, and you have to accept that teaching. You have to accept that awakening, that gift, that energy. So you have to accept the energy. It comes through the devotees. You have to accept their word. I see this all. You know what I'm talking about, many of you. You sit there and try to preach somebody. That energy is not going in them. There's no room for it. See, it's like trying to stuff it in a closet filled with all kinds of clothings and all kinds of old stuff they accumulate. Nothing, you don't go in. All these concepts, wrong ideas they believe in so much. There's no room. That's why Vaidhi Bhakti is taught for those kind of persons.
They are so difficult.
Yeah. Why wouldn't the Lord want to just write off and give this if he could? He couldn't. That's why, the order came at the appropriate time. People were 50 years into Prabhupada, and look, a few are coming. And more will come. Why not? It's attractive, getting more attractive all the time. Look at the kirtans, man. Went out. It's just, even you don't know where the Lord is. The Lord was inside that. Did you see that lady last night? Oh my God! And you could see she had it. She was attracted to the name, and she started dancing. Even her friends couldn't dance, but she was just dancing like she heard the call.
Wow.
I love that, how the Lord works. You don't know how, where, you just go out there and proclaim the message, man. Just proclaim the name boldly, and then they come. Who knows? Could some fat person, skinny person, some homeless person may come up. Who knows? I love that. Surprise, and people waking up, just differently. Yeah. Spiritual power. We're doing the Father's. This is what Jesus. We're doing what people here are becoming like Jesus. You're going to say just what Jesus said. I'm just about my Father's business. For us, it's about my beloved's business, my friend's business, my intimate friend's business. Isn't it a nice business? Oh my God, it's a great privilege. See, and that's that's what I'm learning out of Sankirtan. That's how you develop relationship with the people in the world. Otherwise, they have no relationship with you. You're going to walk around. I'm so alone. Well, get out there and do your Father's business. You see, people start, like, oh yeah, I've been waiting for this. We haven't seen this before, because everybody's doing mundane business as usual. The gurus are doing their religious trips. Religion. Who's doing this business? Very few. Yeah, it's been given to us. You're going to see Lydia. She's going to go out. She's going to be, attracting people. Probably already are. In the laundromat, right? The old ladies in there.
I was alone in the laundry.
Oh, you were? You got to go on weekends. Weekends are probably good. All right, go ahead.
Go to the city now. There are more people than here, because this is
good. Yeah.
on the beach in summer. This is touristic, and a lot of people are here. But in winter, empty. Everybody is at home. So
you got to go to the city. You got to go to the city. Yeah. Yeah, that's why, I like this. A lot of people think, oh, Gohar, you're in such a beautiful place. I'm just here for the people.
Of course.
I just hear. I don't even go in the water. I go take a little bath and all that, but it's just that, I can't. This is the enjoyment, man. Once you get a taste for this, then you realize, oh, so here it's great for the people who are here. They come here, because they want to enjoy and all that. So it's good. You gotta in America even too. It's a little more sparse, because you got to go to like Janaki. She had a nice place, but it's too cold now. And so she has to go find other events. She's also looking for events now. See, and that's now. You're thinking like a true capitalist. These people, they're trying to make money. They look for events to make money. Devotees think, yeah, I want to make money spiritually. I want to increase, my happiness and God's happiness here by, relishing the name, publicly, especially. That's our mood of Lord Chaitanya. And yeah, and so that's it. So here I have the event. I just walk out my door. The event's here. I like kind of lazy. So just walk out the door and the event's right there. No big driving.
And people are relaxed. People are in vacation where you are, so they are relaxed.
Yeah. Yeah, all year round vacation. Yeah, it's always it's just,
That's
yeah, they
good
come here all year round.
a good place.
Okay, go ahead, read on.
Yeah. He's the leader of the damsels of Raja, and all others are simply his associates. The self-same Lord Krishna, he
See,
invented.
associate is a key word. Everyone is the Lord's associate because that's our nature, is to associate with God. So you have people in Maya, they're associates also, but they're associating with the Lord's Maya, and it has a kind of a lousy effect. It makes you stupid, dumb. It makes you ignorant. It makes you cripple-minded. You become weak. See? Here is so great. Look at this, what it does, this association for us. Our whole day, we're flying. Associating with Krishna and Lord is energy, real energy, clean energy. What do you think this green stuff is? They want clean energy, but that's the reflection, and never very clean, and never clean enough. Doesn't work good enough. That's why you got to use fossil energy still. Even now, the Democrats are so associated with the mundane energy. They're more stupider of the bunch. Really, they're more. They can't critically think. They can't see that if you just had this sun energy the way it is, they're dimming the sun first of all, and then they want to depend fully on it. And all it does is screw everything up because you can't fully depend on it. You got to critically think, but nobody can do that. Why? Too much association with the illusory potency. It makes you dumb. Okay? So the devotees, they associating with Krishna's name, his pastimes. See, glorifying, talking, sankirtan. See, associating with the transcendental Lord, man. More energy, more power, more influence. See, more happiness for you and others. See, that's the train we're on. Go ahead.
The self-same Lord Krishna, he invented himself as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with all his eternal associates, who are also equally glorious.
See, equally glorious. That's a very key word there. Equal. See, equal because they're Satchidananda. That's you got to learn about Satchidananda from the devotee who decodes that. They're a temple. See, you go want to see worship the Lord, you usually go to the temple because God's there in a temple. Well, that's a shadow. Again, the truth, the ultimate truth is you want to worship the Lord, you got to go to the temple. And if you're not the temple and you're not a decoder of the spiritual dimension, you're not qualified to worship the Lord like that. You don't even know that the Lord is in you. These leaders don't know the Lord is actually in them. They're going to the temple still. The Lord only went to the temple for preaching purposes because that's where the pious He went to go and liberate them. He didn't need to go anywhere. Went for the benefit of people. Go to rituals and ceremonies and ceremony. He would go there to meet the people because they go. Yeah. Read that last verse again.
Yeah.
Or last sentence.
Self-same Lord Krishna, he invented himself as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with all his eternal associates, who are also equally glorious.
Yeah, so the equality is in Satchidananda, the quality, but not quantity.
No, it's
So the Lord is the reservoir. And so even the devotee is dipping in there for the empowerment. So associating with the transcendental potency and being empowered like an iron in a fire. Stays hot. Doesn't yeah, I don't see that's why when I see even devotee, I try to help you understand that you don't need any other paths. You don't believe in all these things because these people are not associating uh, their Lord is not Lord Chaitanya. They don't know this is high quality stuff, high octane. They have all this low octane. This is high octane. You don't need anything more than this. I mean, you can use, see, like I can go into different places and use these conceptions and concepts that the world uses, connect them to this. That's the bridge. Lord Chaitanya is a safe bridge to the spiritual world. This is the safe bridge. People, you got to talk in their lingo, in their terms, and relate it to the Lord. Say, oh, really? Is that where Bitcoin is leading? I didn't know it was into making the best investment better than Bitcoin or gold or silver. See, you can preach to capitalists. They start to understand your language, man. You're speaking their language, making a bridge. Yeah, you store a value. I learn all these things now, and I'm preaching great because I say, you come here, you're into crypto, you're into gold, wealth, family, affairs, anything. Show you where the real wealth is, the higher wealth. The one that's transcendental will show you how great it is, man. Look at the tears, man. Look at this ecstasy. Look at this happiness, man. It's fantastic. Come here, get your spiritual body awakened, and you can decode all the spiritual world here also and benefit others. Free them. Okay? You'll be engaged in the highest, you'll be in the best corporation, the eternal corporation of Radha and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. You're corporate men now and women. See, we're here for everybody. This is everybody. The materialist can benefit. That's the forte of Lord Chaitanya. He was so wide, like big scope. So he had, a scope, whatever's in its scope, you can hit the target. Lord Chaitanya's scope was big targets. Humanity, the world. That's why so many people came. So attractive, so powerful. That's the secret here. You stop coming here regularly, you'll feel like a pipsqueak. Yeah, I mean, people do that. They come, they start to realize, look at this. I'm not coming, and these people are advancing in their devotion, and I'm just, a pipsqueak. Because you're not empowered, man. You're not appreciating the value here. Here we have a store of wealth, and you're not investing. Well, you're investing your time even in Jesus. Well, you're still investing there. You see me investing my energy and time to be a born again Christian with the same message over and over. Jesus died for your sins and he raised from the dead. And Jesus died for your sins and he was raised from the dead. No talk of mellows, no expression of mellows, no this higher consciousness thing. Okay, so
not knowing Jesus.
I mean, this is that's all included in Lord Chaitanya's mission, man. All included. I even in this, I speak deeper about Jesus than any minister I've ever seen in my life.
True.
Or heard in my life.
Absolutely.
Just because I'm into Lord Chaitanya, who is the latest incarnation, man. He's the latest avatar, the latest Jesus on steroids, actually.
Very modern.
Yeah, only 500 years. That's why people need to meet a real associate to get with the real program, to understand it. Even here, people that, should I be with Jesus? And some go back, I already know. Should I be with Jesus or Lord Chaitanya? Well, If you want more of everything, be with Lord Chaitanya. You get more of Jesus even. That's what I learned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some people, they get back into I just want to go to church all the time, but they lose this understanding, and that's the lesson. So if they're smart, they'll pick it up and be like, oh, wow.
If you want to have Jesus, come here. Just come here.
Yeah. Yeah, you automatically, everything is in Lord Chaitanya. You can even worship Jesus here. If he's your, you can chant his name if you want. I can chant his name and I'll cry and laugh and all that. Doesn't matter. Part of the family, man.
Yeah.
A transcendental family. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
He shows that he is at home.
Yeah.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the supreme controller, the one personality of Godhead, he has ecstatically become a devotee. And yet, his body is transcendental and not materially tinged.
Yeah, that's all comes. It's like comes with the territory. He came to become an ecstatic devotee. So anybody coming here, why are you coming here? If the word comes from your mouth, I want to become an ecstatic devotee too. There you go. Well, you found the right place.
And the transcendental mellow of conjugal love of Krishna is so wonderful. It's so wonderful that Krishna himself accepts the form of a devotee to relish and taste it fully.
Yeah, he can't quite taste it in his position as Krishna. Yeah, taste it as a devotee is more complete.
Yeah,
See?
of course.
Because he's there, the devotee's there. Yeah, that meeting is complete. Otherwise, it's not quite complete. He wants to come as a devotee because he gets the full range. That's why we get the full range. We get Krishna tasting. We're facilitating his tapes like a maidservant. Everything is there in being a devotee. Complete. Complete satisfaction. Once you get this, there ain't anything more than this other than more than this, more of this. There's nothing more than this. There's more of this. Ever fresh love affair.
For this reason, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the supreme teacher, he accepts the form of a devotee and he accepts Lord Nityananda as his elder brother. Sri Advaitacharya is Lord Chaitanya's incarnation of a devotee. Therefore, these three tattvas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Goswami, are the predominators, are the masters. One of them is Mahaprabhu, and the other two are Prabhus. And
Yeah,
these
this is they all become Prabhus in a sense. They're all masters, even the devotee. That's why he calls spiritual master. See, see, the Lord is the predominator. That's why even though Mother Yashoda has a little child, she seems like she's predominating Krishna. But actually, no, she's predominated because ecstatic devotion awakens in her heart for a child. So this is what dominates her, is the devotion. Puts her in a dominant position. See, so by her worship, and anybody, any devotee, if Krishna's my friend, because Krishna is my friend and I'm thinking about it, I'm predominated by his association. That's a devotee. You got to be predominated by the Lord in some relationship, even though it seems like, that you're dominating the child. But even in this world, it's not true. It's the Lord dominating you. Your affection keeps you bonded with that. You always, to get that affection, you have to associate with your child, right? To always get that limited feeling. It's always kind of limited, but you're attached to it. That's all you got. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I think we're gonna stop here for a while. I need to rest. If I'll keep trying to talk because I like speaking, but I need to rest, so I'm gonna stop talking. Just after years, Jesus departed. The realizations they had by associating with Jesus was what Jesus had revealed to them. Jesus told them there was very much more. They have here this proof. They were not aware of higher truths. Their siddhanta is limited. But see, there's what?
I'm sorry. They didn't have the Holy Spirit yet. It's when he departed that they understood what Jesus was telling them.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You've been reading what Prabhupada has said to you until you get the Spirit, then it brings back to your remembrance these things in a deeper way. It's like, oh yeah, this is what it means. So that's how it works.
Your eyes are going open.
Yeah, your eyes go open. All right, so we'll stop here for a little bit. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So how you doing there, River? Oh, wait.